channel, to my YouTube channel. Good morning on the 23rd of March 2020, and I'm going to share some of you my recordings from my from the Armageddon collection of poetry, which I've just half recorded. We've had to stop because of the coronavirus, but I'm going to give you the ones that I've got done already. We're down on Penarth seafront. Looks like there's a military ship out there. And I've chosen to record from here because my little dog Brucey got run over here, and the driver didn't even stop. And then after a few weeks of trying to locate and find him, he then said that he thought it was a cat. No apology, no nothing. And that little dog Brucey was a little star, and he was, wasn't he? And he was on many of my Kingdom message walks, and the one across the barrage to the Seneth a couple of years ago at Easter, and yeah, and I'm with my friend Steph. Steph, we've been through a lot, haven't we, Steph? Yeah. Runners going past. So anyway, I'm going to put on my Armageddon collection, and we'll see how far we've got, because my memory's I can't seem to get the memory. Let's go. Jesus Christ is coming quickly. Have faith, keep strong. These things must take place. And yeah, there was an earthquake in Croatia yesterday. Yeah. Here we go. Our present and love. An alliteration of P's for positive peace. Positively perfect, peaceful poems for peaceful protest for peace. Positively perfected for the people to awaken their passions, for positively living and positively loving and positively pleasing love perfected for healing pain, and promoting pronouncements of perfect peace, for peaceful pleasures. Please, if you need to go, please police the causes of poverty and help the poor to find their positive power perfected by positive love purposefully, for positively passionate people. Preventing politics, promoting poverty, and prohibiting privacy with policies creating pain, and preying on the poor, preventing their peace by playing with unjust profit, for pharmaceuticals to prescribe pills for pseudo feelings of peace, happiness, and pleasure for their profit. Who still prays to the prophets and philosophers for peace like Plato, Peter and Paul? Who practices psalms and proverbs that perfect the paradox of the placebo effect of true faith, which means to positively live with positive love for perfect twofold peace as the goal personified in us by creating our own pharmaceuticals perfectly present in us as a present. Because today is our present, and our present is a present only if and when we are present, and life should be pleasant, which is pleasantly pleasing for perfection of presence in us, in the people, physically, for perfect physiological functions, for perfectly positive psychology of paradise, perfected for twofold peace for all people, producing priceless pictures of perfection, personified through the passions of the people. It is perfectly possible. Who wants the proof? Another world. I am a dyslexic kinesthetic. I do not think like you, but that does not mean I'm stupid, nor calculating too. You see, the world is different, coming from a place like mine, where spelling and addition are purely just sublime. Armageddon. The world is going mad. The cows have gone mad. The dogs are howling, women are wailing, and men still fighting bloody wars raging in blood-gaping wounds of torn, decaying flesh. Families, mothers, children and babies The fallout of sinful egos, overheated and fueled by toxic livers full of raging chemical warfare. 2019. So-called life becoming virtual and voyeuristic games of pornographic warfare in sinning cities. The messages of our Father forgotten, of how love shapes the child, shapes a man and his family, creating positive love or not. Faith, like Abraham and Jacob becoming Israel, climbing the ladder to heavenly healing, creating love through consciousness, which is being forgotten rapidly. Love is being forgotten, falling short, falling short, falling short. The cows have gone mad. Women's mammaries drying up for sex and sexual perversions of loveless sex, leading nowhere but war and conflict in the souls, in the cells, in our world reflecting us. Mammaries growing cancerous breasts of betrayal of love and life. Carcinomas of fleshly lust, joined by man boobs, shriveled balls and wilting penises of confusion. Since when do we know better than nature? Since when do we know more than the Creator, creating creation, evolving life? Since when do we know more than evolution, creating life? Adaptation. Our cells reacting to what is given to them is how they work. Constant monitoring, constant sensing, constant evaluation of life experiences. And scientists trying to prove what we already know in our hearts. If we listen to our hearts, if we listen to our spirit of love, if we listen to the word of the whole life and organic principles, not the scientists giving complicated names to own our body biochemistry, to own the chemistry within and capitalize on solutions, allowing suffering to thrive and prosper, for money to selectively control the masses with unauthorized money transfers, paying to talk, paying to drink, paying to breathe, paying for love, for our God-given right to love. The cows are going mad, being intensely farmed in large chicken cages, pumped with synthetic hormones and antibiotics, fattening you and your burger. The pigs are going mad, as they are little more than grunting caged bacon, the barely living egg machines in factories of caged boxes of bruised drumsticks with no arnica. Sheep with no shepherd, bleating on deaf ears, and fish farmed fat, pumped pink for fucking profit. What are we thinking? What are we feeling? Nothing? Are we numbed and blind to this abuse? Cut off living in denial and plastic-wrapped ignorance? Is this abuse of souls okay? To raise a life only for food that poisons us with shame in gluttony and greed, pumped with drugs, feeding to our children, to our children, to our children. To raise animals only for food and profit, to deny them their freedom and their life only to kill them and eat them. I vomit at the thought. I vomit at man's ignorance and heartless greed. I vomit at the disrespect for life, creating famine for all. Love never hurts another. Love is never unkind. Love is not a cortisol. God will vomit. Man means mean choices back with death. Anxiety, depression, and death of the happiness we are all seeking. Death of the love, joy, and vitality we all yearn for. How can we gain love's spirit with cruelty? Abuse to abuse, cage the animals to reduce CO2 emissions is madness. The consequences will be death and famine for all. Death of the whole spirit of love. We cannot gain life from sacrificing love. The planet is going mad. The world has gone mad. The soil depleted of natural manures replaced by chemical warfare, killing the soil and growing styrene cancers, making dry bones with plastic foods and rubbery fish drinking estrogen waters. Parents are going mad. Parents profiting from children in the name of education, educating them to debt and hopelessness, desperation, stress and fear. Schools with bars like prisons, and human rights for those who forgot their victims had human rights, when they forgot their hue, their loving spirit. Freedom in jail and slavery in the world for utility with no utility. A loss of joy, laughter and happiness, when man is being mean, when man is not being gentle and kind. I am here to remind, perhaps inform, that love is not a cortisol. Wake up, man and women and all in between, before it is too late. Wake up in order to get up and stand on two legs. Do not devolve into sin and hell in your hindbrain by creating your own holograms of fears caged. What holograms taught you fear? Wake up. Stand up to love and abundance of good that is here. Wake up to all that is sustainable with love and positive thoughts, with faith, the assured expectation of good. Wake up before it is too late. Wake up, we are the ones to make this world beautiful and kind. The world is going mad. People are getting mad. The world is going mad. The people are rightly mad. The world is going mad with too much stress on good people. The world is going mad. Love is not a cortisol, stress hormone crying for an end. The end is nigh. The end, the release of the endorphins, the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, the anandamide, binding our blood in marriage with love, which is always positive. The endorphin is the end. The end is the beginning of the word endorphin, his love in our blood, the beginning of freedom. The end is the beginning of his promise. For look, I am making all things new. Avarice. This poem was inspired by suffragette Edith Downing's sculpture. Arms stretched out like a leper in old Jerusalem, reaching out to Jesus, and though money is not short, she still has to beg. Batter. This poem plays on the word batter. Batter is a food, a hurt, and in the word batteries. Batter works on a lot of levels: humane, food, intimacy, environmental, righteousness, ethics, and morality. Many people and animals eat meat, but surely the animal deserves to have a free range and organic, natural and good life in its natural environment. Meat was once a living animal, and that animal deserves a proper life of freedom and its natural foods when it is living. Intensive farming is for maximising profit and disrespectful to the animals supporting all our lives. Animals may not have an articulated voice, but they have intelligence, emotional intelligence, connections and feelings. Surely they deserve a good life of freedom, honour, respect and grace. Battery farmed chickens, fish in batter and battery relationships, acid, poison and death of love. What a shameful battering the world is getting from all types of batter. What a battering to a caged hen, caged women, and to the fish and the soil. Battery farms, concentration camps for animals to be abused. A battering to their very existence, a battering to their instincts, their souls imprisoned and denied freedom, destined to be divided neatly in parts and placed in murderous plastic containers to be chilled. Killed, then chilled. How chilling. To be spit roasted, or deep fried and packaged neatly again with fries or chips. How can this killing of their souls be stopped? Men without feelings or gall, not being husbands in any way, how can this be acceptable? Abusers battering chickens, fish and women. As for milk, 66p per pint. These wonderful mammals with mammary glands whose bosoms are meant to feed their offspring at least for more than a day. as mammals connect in this way, to bond with love, safety and peace for connection, consciousness of love. Yet calves are dragged away from their mum to be fed by a bucket with super-duper growth hormones, while their mothers are fed for production of milk, disconnected and separated from their babies. No wonder they go mad. More milk for cheap milk, to disconnect more mammals, taking away the very connections a loving creator has made for a beautiful, connected, loving world. The connections allowing mothers to be with their children emotionally, consciously, with positive, loving and compassionate emotions for a positive life for us and the animals, for all mammals. Aren't husbands supposed to look after their wife and family? Aren't farmers supposed to be husbands to their animals? To love, to look after, to protect, for better, not worse, for better, not better. Has anyone thought of using pigs and chickens for ploughing a field? They can roam and fertilise at the same time and don't need diesel. Organic, economical, profitable, happy animals, happy farmers, and still lots of eggs. Of course, everyone gains by the good life. Free the animals and people from the cages. Battered. Domestic violence, pub brawl, war and conflict. I'm reading in the masculine term, though can be applied to both. Oh no, he's had too much to drink again. The fashade fades as the dragon flares and sees red. The kidneys try to cool and keep the balance, an ignored call for hydration, a need for water to dampen the fire within. The liver fails to cope. The spleen sends out its army of defences to fight and protect. The shoulders raise as the chest concaves, triceps draw back, ready to attack. The biceps flex, then heel vex, and leave in tatters, sometimes the one who matters. Bunches of roses. So many bunches of roses. Red, pink, white, yellow, golden, apricot showers of love. Too many bunches of roses lie horizontal, dried, dead and dying, gypsophilia defying the aging process. Artichoke balls of soft pink peonies, petals edged crisped brown, droop in clouded water. Yellow, golden, sweetheart roses, leaves scorched ochre, gestures of romantic love. I wonder what pure love that would be. Caged. Are you happy living in a box? 4 walls with no garden, 4 walls with a cream ensuite bathroom and 66-inch TV with surround sound. Are you happy living with the sex and money gods, living with fantasy, idolatry, pornography? Will you be happy with the sex machines? Are you happy with stress, anxiety and fear, living against the laws of love and nature? Are you happy that greed has put you in a box, keeps you in a box and dangles temptation for all your wants and desires the greed has stolen? I am not happy denatured from my garden. I am not happy removed from fields of green with chickens scurrying, horses and cows grazing and pigs turning the soil. I am not happy denatured from nature. I am not happy denatured from natural living close to greenlands and sea. I am not happy consuming plastic as if a slothful meal. I am not happy consuming chemicals sold as foods. I am not happy caged and doled out pills that will never cure the ailments of sin. I am not happy being depressed by confinement of my soul. Are you? Chicks. According to the Office for National Statistics, 1 in 3 women suffer abuse in their homes. 2 women are killed each week by a current or former partner in England or Wales. Love is falling very short. So what of marriage? Is it yet another ploy to contain your chick like a battery chicken? becoming mother hen, clucking at her chicks, keeping them clean like Peter Rabbit, keeping them tidy like Mrs. Tiggywinkle, safe from Mr. Gloucester, keeping your castle for you to be Prince Charming while she waits for slaughter. Cold. It's a cold, cold night, though there is no snow, only brittle ice, cracked and fragile. No support for blades of steel to swirl and twirl in delightful leaps of joy. No triple toe loops, just brittle ice, cracked. I'm going to stop there for now because I'm not sure of my memory, so I'll have to go and upload that and come back and do some more. What a glorious sunrise. May Jesus Christ return quickly. It's so beautiful. God bless. Keep faith. These things must take place, and hopefully, on account of the chosen ones, it will be cut short. I do my best, and let's see what's going to happen. Take care. God bless.